I'm gonna have a quick little gaze of this little book that I got last year. I got this off eBay for about $30 or $40. I actually can't remember how much I paid for it. I don't even know what it is. Here's the ISBN, but you can't seem to look it up on any sort of library Genesis. No, you can't seem to find it. At least the book hasn't been scanned anywhere, so best luck to be finding this in hard copy form. Now, this is the Gundam Weapons, one of the few Gundam Weapon books. There's plenty of Gundam Weapons books, especially there's from various builders, and there's plenty of other mobile suits featured. This particular version is just the RX-78-2 Ver.Ka and the S Gundam. Now, what's special about these books is that these books usually contain the builds from professional builders from the publication Hobby Japan, and they will showcase a lot of their works, and they'll include some forms of tutorials in some of these publications. I'm not sure if this is one of them, but this is my first Gundam Weapons books that I purchased, and the first hard copies. I bought a few magazines, mostly model arts in Australia. Certainly I do not have any Japanese publications, although people do seem to scan most Japanese publications on the internet, mostly for archival purposes or just for the sake that they want to get some share and expose some build tutorials and whatnot. Now there's some nice posters in here. I can't seem to rip this one off. I actually don't even know if I want to. I want to keep this book as intact as possible. Now this would the first part of the contents will include the RX-78-2 Ver.Ka. I believe this was published around 2003, if I recall correctly. Mostly because this is the highly featured kit, and this has actually just recently been announced. I can actually check the index if we got time for that. These mostly usually include latest scratch builds, some interviews, and some blurbs from builders. And a lot of the stuff that I auto-translated in the Google Translate app, most of the writing is actually just how they built the models. There's a lot of details going on, especially with a lot of these in-depth pictures here. You see a lot of the details and sophistications and how much work they put in to make this model look really good. Very inspiring work, considering that this is just only the tip of the iceberg. There's plenty of builds from plenty of studios, plenty of master modelers, experts. It's just nice to see pace of change. Now, just because I'm actually giving you a quick gaze of the book, I will not be scanning this, unless if this is labeled under discontinued and that no one can actually acquire of the book. I'll do it under request, but I don't think I have the tools and resources to do such things as trying to get an archive print of this, which means I probably have to get a second copy and probably find the best way to scan these pages into high resolution. These are very nicely these are very high res pictures. I believe this is shot on film and not digital, but I could be very wrong. A lot of this stuff has been photo manipulated, possibly in Photoshop. Not the build stuff, but like a lot of the diorama pictures. It's very possible that the diorama pictures are not photoshopped, but I could also be wrong on that. It's a GM Sniper before using. Actually, yes, a lot of it's using the GM Space Kai kits that got released before the Ver.Ka got released. Before Ver.Ka was, or version KA, as sorry, I should be saying version KA from now on. Let's just keep it up. Version KA came released around 2003, before I even know what Gunpla is. And there's plenty of the GM Space Kai. See a lot of these builds. And then we get to section side 2, S Gundam, which also includes some, I believe, mostly just S Gundam and Mark V as well. There's plenty of experts documenting their work. And then we get to the main feature, the main course, the XS Gundam. there isn't really much of a tutorial to speak of, but these work in progress pictures can give you an idea of how they manage to execute their works. See a lot of epoxy putty work and a lot of sanding there, ply plates including the and even using masking tape to hold the supports as well. Very conventional ways of building a model like this. It's even got the Zeta C1s and some parts of the Zeta Gundam. Coming up to even the Rigger Z, get some respect, get some modifications done. See a lot of that, the refurbished head, and we can go into even more territory. There's even more processes completed to actually redefine its aesthetics and its overall build structure. Even more Rigger Z. Section 3 is the articles, which I can't seem to translate, unfortunately, due to my lack of knowledge of translating Japanese to English, but I'm going to have to end on a low note here, unfortunately. Although there are probably some good interviews on this behalf, but I cannot unfortunately translate it on the spot. Well, this concludes our quick gaze of the Gundam weapons, Master Grade model, RX-78-2 and S Gundam book. Be sure to pick one up from your local vendor or go on eBay to find some. That's all I got for now.